Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the main stage here at the Circus Maximus Theater at Atlantic City. How are you guys all doing tonight? I'm so glad you guys could all come out to watch these games. Group D has been really impressive so far, but let's talk a little bit about the other groups. Pain User and I were actually casting on the qualifier stage, but we heard through word of mouth that Huck went undefeated as well. That's pretty impressive, man. Boxer, unfortunately, went 0-6 in his group.
MC also had a great run through his group. So the Protoss players, you know, everybody's been complaining lately. No Protoss love, 20 Terrans in GSL, oh my God. But so far,
Protoss are coming back, man.
So far, Protoss players have been doing very good in the tournament. White Raw also having a great run thus far tonight.
He is about to go 6-0 in his group as well.
Maybe.
We'll have to see.
Oh, Huck went 1-2.
Oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry.
It's all good.
These guys out here live in the studio is kind of like chat. They're keeping us up to date.
It is like a live chat.
It is like a live chat. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, usually we're so accustomed to reading chat, but we can't anyway. And
this is
game
way better, man. We can interact with the fans.
And this game is gonna go live here. The countdown is already underway. Both players are ready to go. The map is gonna be Daybreak once again, and you know, this map really lends itself to those epic long games. It's just so easy for the players to split the map in half, and army movement is really restricted through those two pathways. You either have to go south around the Xel'Naga or north around the Xel'Naga, and it becomes this kind of ring around the rosy in the middle of the map, and neither player really is willing to commit.
All right, guys, so here it is, game 2. STC is the blue Terran that is spawned on the top right-hand corner of the map. Make some noise if you guys want to see STC close this out. And in the bottom left-hand corner, make some noise if you want to see White come back and win.
Well, there you have it. I think our crowd has defined a clean favorite for the night. White Raw certainly our in-house favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe for the rest of the tournament, I don't know, but I couldn't think of anybody else to be the favorite. He's such a humble guy. He is so awesome to hang out with and spend time with, and I'm really glad to see him doing this well in the tournament. It really makes me happy.
Yeah, and I'm so glad that we both had a chance to really hang out with him outside of the event and get to talk to him and really get to know him. Interestingly enough, we actually played some blackjack with him and some Texas Hold'em. By the way, guys, we are in a casino, so after this, you guys should all get your players' reward cards and go gamble.
Indeed.
I was told to definitely promote that. That's not a shameless plug right there.
Oh yeah, and for those of you that are out at bar crafts right now, I completely forgot about this. Take a drink.
Cheers.
I mean, we were like surrounded by bars, but I didn't think of Barcraft, which is such an awesome phenomenon. Whether you're a Redditor or a Team Liquider or a Team Liquidian or whatever, whatever community you're from,
I like that.
Barcraft is awesome, and it's something that we should all definitely foster and help promote, because the bigger it gets, the bigger esports gets, and it's also like a good platform for live viewing of esports.
Absolutely, but nothing replaces this one, man. This is the most epic of live viewing venues, and I'm excited, man. There's a lot of electricity in the air. We'll have to see if White can bring it back. He did drop a game to the STC in the very first game of the series.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
That SCV floating in the bottom of the map gives me willies, because I am a Terran player, and if I was going to proxy a starport or maybe a factory or something, I would probably put it right there. He doesn't have 100 gas yet, but it's on the way here, and I think he's going to try and proxy a factory, or maybe proxy a very early cloaked Banshee.
Well, it looks like there's a probe making its way down to the bottom left. Is White? Oh, he makes a right turn. He's gonna stop right here, and he's gonna keep going. So he will not see the cheese that is coming for him, and this is a very tenuous moment.
He does have good pylon positioning thus far. That pylon on the right-hand side of his base,
absolutely,
certainly gonna help scout that out if he decides to float over. You know what would be really tricky is if he actually floated that factory and went up and to the left, and then landed it in that dark corner in the abyssal north end of White Raw's base. That would be very, very sneaky. Now, he's definitely not following this up with Banshees. He's still on one gas. And he's just now transitioning into Marauders with concussive shells. So I think what he's going to try and do here, I Actually, he's not even going to lift it off. He's just going to build Hellions from a sneaky position that's unscoutable. And you know what? This first Hellion might actually be able to catch this Zealot on the way back. If he picks off that Zealot and the probe here, it could be a snowball effect with the added pressure that is sure to follow.
And we already saw that snowball effect happen in the last game where STC was able to do damage little by little, small increments here and there, and White Row was unable to capitalize in that game. Now, the factory is lifting off. The STC is going to go in here, but there's a gateway there, and the gateway may end up seeing it. Yes, it will. So now White Row knows that the factory has floated in, and it seems like the Hellions did indeed kill off the Zealot and Probe that were on the way back.
They certainly did. A Probe going to get into the main right now, so White Raw going to get a full scout off.
White Raw building a pylon in the STC's main. What is going on here?
You know, he could actually do a lot of damage warping
Warp
in a few
gate is
units
about
there.
to finish. And it seems like the Hellion has made its way to the back of the mineral line, trying to harass White Raw right now. The force field keeping the rest of the M&M at bay, so White Raw doesn't have to deal with that much while he deals with the Hellion.
Oh God,
a second
two
Hellion has
Hellions
joined.
now.
That factory is continuing to produce units. This is getting quite intense. Meanwhile, the pylon has warped in a Zealot in the mineral line of the STC.
Yeah, that Zealot is going to be able to do some serious damage. Can White Raw hold on here? Does he have enough units?
He's going for the pylon. The pylon goes down, but it looks like there are more pylons to keep
I
that
don't know.
alive.
White Raw is in trouble here. He's definitely in trouble. Two Marauders, remaining. A Marine, a Hellion, and another Marauder about to join the battle here. Is he going to pick off that low Stalker? It just needs one more hit. The Zealot will go down. That Stalker will go down. Additional probes being taken out here, and I think the STC certainly coming out ahead here. Unless he kills some additional SCVs here, he really needs to kill more SCVs in order to bring himself back into this.
It certainly looks like the Zealot is getting some kills here or there. It's gotten 2 kills before it goes down, and you know what? White Raw, using that offensive pylon, was able to buy himself a little bit more time. Not only did he do damage, he also forced the SEC to leave some units at home so that those units weren't fighting him in his base. So White Raw doing some pretty good work so far, but he is behind by about 6 workers, and he's continuing to lose workers to the Hellions and units that are coming in from the STC.
Yeah, the STC ahead 30-17 on supplies right now. 17
nice
to 12
force field.
harvesters.
Wow. And using the probes to keep the Hellion away as well. He's locked that Hellion in. Great quarantine by White Raw.
So White Raw will survive. He survives the harass. This game will transition out of this early aggression phase from the STC, but the STC added an additional 2 Raxes while we were watching all of that combat take place. So he has the 2 additional Raxes now, and it's turned into a 3 Rax pressure. Now, with White Raw's, and he's gonna re-land the factory once more and pressure from the front. And I think this might be due to the fact that you know, the STC was able to watch all of White Raw's games. Maybe he found a hole in White Raw's game. White Raw gonna lose that Stalker that's so important in mid. He needs every unit he can get right now.
That Stalker did see the impending push, so now White Raw knows to stop pro production. He needs to save up all his chrono boosts and everything he's got to make units, because there's a lot of stuff that is about to hit him at the front door. We have a little lag right here. IPL Observer A, once again, the culprit of lag.
Thankfully, it is only the Observer.
Thankfully, it's not a truck driving into the fiber optics cables.
What are the odds of that happening? Like, honestly, what are the odds? Someone paid off a homeless person to drive that truck.
To hijack a truck and run it into the fiber optics here in New Jersey.
It's got to be like 1 in a billion, and it happened on this day during the tournament.
Right on the countdown as it was going down. 3, 2, 1, and the internet went kaput.
Interesting. Oh, you guys. No. Not true, not true. Who just yelled, "Chill, get out"?
Chill would be the lagger.
Out. Obs out. Obs out. Well, anyway, the Obs will be out in about 8 seconds here, and then we can resume with this game. This game, I fear, could be over very, very quickly here.
I share the same sentiment.
White Raw is in a lot of trouble, and he had his finger right on the force field key, immediately drops it.
So he keeps the forces at bay with those 2 sentries. He's going to need another sentry or 2 to make sure he can permanently force field that ramp. The Hellion runs in here. Force field keeps the M&M out once again, And Whiterun just buying time right now to get enough units out. He's actually engaging with his sentries. Can't afford to lose any of those.
Oh, the last sentry with the only remaining force
Yeah.
field went down right there. That is huge. He's not going to be able to block him out, but great micro thus far from Whiteraw. He's going to stay alive here. He's held off the pressure.
Hellion is still doing damage in the mineral line of Whiterun as well.
Oh, God.
And the
All
forces
the units
allowed
made
inside.
their way through the front now.
Oh, no.
I don't know if Whiteraw's going to be able to hold on here. It's going to be so close. He warps in an additional Zealot, takes out a majority of the Marines and the Marauders.
Unbelievable.
I think he's going to stay alive.
I can't believe this. He stays alive. He holds off the M&M. He continues to warp in units. There's still a Hellion in the back here doing damage. This guy has, these Hellions have been annoying all game long, and the factory is still alive.
Yeah, the Hellions are doing so much damage. They've just been continually harassing the mineral line.
3 kills on that Hellion.
And the Marauders and the Marines make their way through the front once again. This merry-go-round is never ending. He cannot find any sanctity within his own base. He's just getting pulled all over the place, and more probes going down here. He's only at 18 right now, but the STC hasn't been building SCVs very much.
The angry stalkers have now set fire to that factory. They've brought their torches. Well,
So it will go down
it will
inevitably.
eventually go down. Yes, the sentry now burning that away. Well, the force field's keeping the M&M at bay once again. That Marauder is going to go down, and Whitera looks like he is going to hold for the second time today.
This is dicey. White Raw is fighting for his life right here. He's gonna get that factory, that mischievous, evil, devilish
The
factory
stalkers
will get
and zealots are
taken
like
down.
beating their drums. Get out of here! One small victory for Whitera.
Wow, that was so intelligent of the STC. As soon as the factory started burning, he dropped his starport immediately. So he's gonna have starport tech, even though the factory went down. He's also adding a fourth racks here, and he expanded behind this. His command center is up. White Raw burning all of his chrono boosts on the Nexus right now, trying to get his probe count back up. Is he gonna be able to do it, HD?
Well, right now, Whitera's faced with a very critical decision. Does he expand or does he attack?
I don't know. He did invest in this robo, so he's not going for a super quick expansion here. It's going to be very hard for him to crawl his way back into this game. I think he might try and hit a timing push here. He's going to have a small window.
The thing is, he doesn't know if the SEC expanded or not. He really doesn't know how far behind he is, and he's really got to make an attack, not just to do some damage, but to also find out where his opponent is.
I agree with you. Now, is he going to produce? Oh, once again, we have a warp prism coming out of the robotics facility.
Surprise,
no surprise
surprise!
there. No surprise there. White Rock going to try and maybe elevator units into the main, circumvent that bunker. Really, that's his only option to do damage here. He has to sneak around the bunker and get into the main. But with the production right now of the STC, he's added on a reactor here. He has so many units out on the field right now. He has a combat shield and stim finished.
It looks like we do have a medevac making its way to the bottom left. I also love how the SEC pulled that SCV away from the Zelnaga Tower right when the units were coming back from him. And we're about to have a double drop play for both of these players, and it's going to come down to who does more damage to whose economy.
White Raw's base is empty. He has nothing back at home on defense. He's actually pulling all of his probes right now.
Wow.
Gonna bring them on the all-in, but I don't think they're really gonna be able to assist. And oh no, this is not looking good for White Raw at all. STC already has SCVs pulled off the line at the front door, ready and waiting to repair. He doesn't know where the attack is coming just yet.
Oh my good, and White Raw GG's. The SCC playing brilliantly against White Raw. I thought you would be happy for your Terran brethren, man.
I am upset, man. White Raw was on a run. He was tearing it up, and you know, he had to get taken out there. Very well played by the STC, though. Give it up for the STC.
Well done, the STC. Played very well. There you guys see him exiting the door. All right. We're going to go ahead and do a quick toss over to the lovely Rachel for an interview.
Thank you so much, HD. What do you guys think about the games tonight, huh? I really thought White Raw was going to take it, but the group definitely goes to OGS the STC. I hope you all enjoyed the StarCraft tonight and that you all be joining us once again tomorrow. Big round of applause for our casters, Pain User and HD.
Can I clap for myself? Can I do that?
I'm clapping for you, man.
I'm clapping for you as well.
And a huge thank you to our other casters, Doa, Cat's Pajamas, DJ Wheat, and Apollo.
Give it up.
And you can keep up that applause for all the players who came out and played today through the difficulties. And direct that right back to the staff in the back who's kept all this running. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you early tomorrow at 10 a.m. Don't get lost.
And I believe we are going to have a final interview with the STC, if
Yes.
I'm not mistaken.
We are going to have an interview.
The word of God is never wrong.
But
he talks to me on a regular basis up here.
incoming transmission. Anyways, we do want to do one final shout out, which I don't know if Rachel did or not, but I want to do a shout out to all the fans out there. All right, now we're going to toss it back over to Rachel for the interview.
I believe it's going to be oh, no, it is Rachel.
Sorry, guys, I lost my ear thing, so I was like, all right, whatever. We're actually going to be joined by the STC here for a little conversation. I'm going to need the microphone. Can I get the microphone, guys? I don't want to share this mic. It's a little too close to my face. Hold on here. Thank you so much. So, I saw you napping in the back. Is that the secret to your power? Did you sleep all day and charge up for this group tonight?
네. 네. 예, 충분히 자서 경기력이 좋았을 수 있었던 것 같아요. 잘 게임할 수 있었어요.
He feels that his sleep really did energize him for the games.
Well, napping wasn't all that you were doing in the back room. I noticed you were paying very close attention to MMA versus White Raw. Did you learn anything from the games?
아까 MMA랑 와이프랑 하고 있었을 때
네.
되게 많이 공부하고 있었던 것
네,
같은데
네.
그것이
예, 앞에 문성원 선수랑 경기하는 걸 보고 스타일을 좀 파악한 것 덕분에 좀 쉽게 풀어갈 수 있었던 것 같아요.
Okay, he was able to watch the games from the back stage. And he was able to take notes and take a look at White Raw's style, and he feels that that was very helpful to his gameplay.
Right. And what was the one thing that you learned from watching White Raw that you really felt helped turn the game in your advantage?
White Raw 보면서 제일 많이 배운 것이 뭐일까요?
화이트 선수 경기 보면서요. 화이트 선수가 셔틀 견제를 너무 잘하셔가지고 그거 대비하려고 이제 좀 견제 못해 먼저 찔렀어요. 그냥 공격적으로 하려고.
Okay, he saw that White Raw is really good with his shuttle play, so he decided to
Shuttle.
go ahead and preempt it and try to keep him from doing that.
Excellent move. And I know you've got big games coming up tomorrow. You've seated yourself quite nicely. Is there anyone you're worried about facing in the bracket?
내일 세트가 이제 좀 높아지니까
네.
안 만나고 싶은 사람이 있는지.
오픈 브라켓 올라온 사람 중에서 아무래도 한국 선수가 두려운데 그 중에서 푸마 선수가 좀 가장 피하고 싶은 사람.
Okay, looks like he doesn't want to face any of the other Koreans, obviously. But of all the Koreans, he does not want to face Puma.
Wow. You hear that, EG? You've got a fearsome team that you're cultivating over there. You're scaring the Koreans. He's not too worried about the foreigners.
외국 사람들은 뭐
네.
걱정 안 돼?
외국 사람들도 잘하시는데 오픈 브라켓 중 선수는 제가 정보를 잘 모르고요. 그냥 스테파노 선수랑 헉 선수가 잘하니까 좀 걱정됩니다.
Okay, he says of the foreigners, he doesn't know anybody in the open bracket, but he knows that Stefano and Huck are really good, so he's a little bit afraid of them.
And I've got one more question for you, STC. What would winning the IPL 3 mean to you?
이 IPL 3를 다 이기면은 너한테 무슨 의미?
IPS 보면 일단은 첫 스타크래프트 2 제한대 대회 첫 우승이니까 그게 가장 클 것 같고 팀원들한테 제가 너무 도움을 많이 받았는데 좀 보답할 수 있는 기회가 생길 것 같아요.
Okay, he says if he wins this, it's important because it would be his first StarCraft 2 tournament that he would have ever won. And also, he's been getting a lot of help from his teammates, and so it's kind of like a payback or like a thank you to them.
Right? Well, thank you so much, STC. Thank you so much, Susie. And thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow for another great game. Let's cheer on our buddy here and cheer on all the great players. Thank you.